Can I feed my family lunches and dinners for 5 days for under $150 from ALDI? Was the concept of this video loosely based on a promotion I did for ALDI on TikTok, talking about either a meal prep planning for the week or a lunches thing. 2 or 3 different briefs and ideas were put in this concept, which had been changed from an original concept, which I was like, yeah, let's go with this one. And then it got changed to this. And I was like, okay, I can pivot. It's not a problem. I probably will eventually go back to this one. But it was just like, oh, okay. And then I went shopping and I kind of lost the plot. So then my trolley started to look like, well, there's a bit of lunch and there's a bit of snacks and there's a bit of dinner in there. And then it just got, how much can we shove in the trolley for $150 to get us through the week? Us being a standard family and also working around the things that we kind of already have. So kind of like a top-up shop. I bought meat in this shop because we need it for our meals. But there were things we already had at home, like some juices and muesli bars and things like that. Other things I bought at ALDI. And in the end, it just kind of became a grab everything that I think we need for the week and everything else we should have. So here's the haul, and then all the meals and the things that we had through the week. And I will improve upon it the next time that I do it, because I want to do it justice and not do lunches and dinners. I'll probably just do straight dinners, because lunches for us in our family is whatever people grab. There's no set lunchbox things happening here anymore. So I will revisit the concept and do a straight meal thing only. I've done it before here on the channel where I did ALDI only dinners. I've had a couple of people ask me to do an update, especially with the prices of today. And I think I'd like to do it because I've changed a few ideas since then as well. So let's jump into this video and then I'll see you at the end. It's a budget of $150 because that is the amount that they give you on the gift card when you do promotions. You might not spend all of it, but it's what they give you that also covers your time. So here is the haul that we have, starting off with the spinach and ricotta triangles. Both of my son and my daughter eat these, mostly for my daughter because they're vegetarian, which is what she has. Ham for lunches. I got this 2 kilo packet of beef mince. Each of our meals is 500 grams, so that will do us for 4 different meals. I got some milk because I will need to make white sauce for the lasagna that we do, so I thought only fair to pay for it. I got a 2 kilo bag of rice because that's the smallest bag that they have. A jar of passata for the lasagna and also for some pasta coming up. Teriyaki marinade. I'm so happy to have found this. It will be a staple in our shopping from now on because I will do a stir fry with maybe some chicken, but also we've got these Hokkien noodles and also some slaw. And I saw someone on TikTok put all of this together for like a stir fry, and I thought what a brilliant concept, because you're not having to chop up the carrot and the cabbage yourself and you can just do a minimum. It does cost a bit more buying it in the packet, but it's a little bit easier. A condensed milk to make some cookies with, because I already have butter in the freezer. Some honey mustard sauce for honey mustard or chicken and rice that we do. 2 tins of diced tomatoes for our lasagna. I got the party bag of twisties that I will put into little Ziploc bags. A zucchini to make a quiche for my daughter, and some cheese because we actually needed to replace that anyway. Chips for hubby and corn chips to make some tacos with. These crackers, my son really likes to have crackers and cheese throughout the week. Lasagna sheets so we can make a lasagna. We don't use a whole packet, so we'll have some left over. The ricotta and spinach agnolotti pasta. It says it serves 4, but probably only 2 servings. I got a packet for the shepherd's pie just to help with flavouring, same with the taco packet, and a packet of the baking bits to help make the cookies. the 1 kilo packet of chicken breast nuggets. I was so happy to see these were $6.99, and we've got the big chicken breast packet there. So a total so far of $111.32, and I was really happy for the price of that to start with, because I figured it would get us through at least 2 or 3 days, and then I could always reassess if we needed to. So the first meal is for myself and my daughter. We did the Hokkien noodles with the slaw, and we threw in some frozen corn as well. I forgot to buy a packet. I thought I'll add that to the list later. Some of the teriyaki sauce, and then we prepped the noodles and just threw it all into the fry pan. It cooked together really quickly, and it made 4 generous servings, so 1 each for us that night, and then 2 leftovers, which was good because it helped fill in those gaps of meals for my daughter during the week, because being a vegetarian, there's limited options available. While we had that, the boys had tacos, so I used a quarter of the mincemeat, 500 grams, with the taco seasoning, the corn chips, and the cheese. So I was weighing out the mince just to kind of check. I wasn't cutting into quarters, just like long ways. It was a little bit odd. Anyway, it was really easy. I just cooked that up, added in the seasoning, and then I just said to them, have at it for serving. I was trying to weigh how much grated cheese I was using, because I was just curious, but after 2 meals, I just kind of went away with that whole concept. So it was just, how long does a block of cheese last us? And I can tell you that it's still here like a month later, because we have sliced cheese as well. There was some left over, which my son had another night as well. The next day I'd gone shopping and I got some ham, and I forgot to film it in the original haul. So I'm not sure if I showed it at the start, but I think this packet moved between the 2. But I got 2 lots of markdown cream as well, which I turned into butter. And I was measuring how much buttermilk came out compared with how much butter there was, because I was curious to know if it was cheaper. And it is cheaper, just takes a little bit more time and effort. We get bread from a bread run, so I had done French toast the day before, and then I was just saving all of the bread crusts to make my own breadcrumbs, so then I can use them to do the panko chicken that you'll see coming up for our next meal. I make my own chips now, so while they're not as great as packet chips, my daughter actually really enjoys them, and everyone else says they don't mind them, so that's good enough for me. It all gets eaten. That's what I care about. Fed is best, and however you choose to do it, well done. So we've got the chicken nuggets there from ALDI. We've got the ricotta triangles. We've got veggies here that I already had in the freezer. Later on, I buy some broccoli and stuff to top it back up again. So I was sort of looking at the prices of what things cost. I had carrots already in the fridge because there was actually none in ALDI when I went twice. So this is why I said this is also sort of like a top-up shop, trying to use everything that we have, because I couldn't get a lot of stuff. So part of my brief on TikTok changed just to say how ALDI helps us have meals through the week. Because I was trying to show a shopping haul and how I get things and then how we turn it into meals. And it's just a bit hard when products are missing, because you always want to present the best possible scenario that you can. So the chicken I made up into panko chicken, and I had some extra that I put away in the freezer, so that would cover us for at least 2 different meals. And then I chopped up the other chicken, and I'm just putting it into a container to put it away in the fridge, because we won't be having that for another couple of nights. And then that got turned into the honey chicken with rice that we have all the time. With the butter that I made earlier, because I put it in the freezer to freeze overnight just to help solidify it, I mixed in the condensed milk that was there and the chocolate chips, and I made a lot of cookies that lasted us for the week. And then with the twisties, I just divided them up into little Ziploc bags that were for the snacks during the week. So this is where it was kind of like how to make lunchboxes cheaper by making your own little chip pack snacks. And yeah,
chicken and rice here that we have all the time, honey chicken. And then with the leftover rice, I'd made fried rice for my son one night for a meal. We made a shepherd's pie. I ended up actually cooking like the whole kilo of mince because it was just a little bit easier. And then we had a shepherd's pie for a couple of nights because we had some things happen and I just needed meals that I could easily reheat. I'd also made a quiche for my daughter, so that would last her for 4 meals as well. So basically covered her for a whole week. So that was really helpful. So it was quite cheap on that side. And of course, my son's just had chicken nuggets and chips on the nights that he doesn't eat what we eat. So I'd lost the plot a little bit by the end of the week because, yeah, we just had so many things happening. It was crazy. On the weekend, I went back to ALDI because I wanted to replace some of the things that we had already used up in the house, and also was trying to add to it to see how much we actually eat, if that makes any sense. They had this box of chips, so I thought let's pick it up because the twisties in the Ziploc bag started going stale after about 3 days, and I thought, oh no, let's just grab chips. And these were actually cheaper than the smaller packs, so I thought perfect. Grabbed a packet of bagels because we really like those. I got some milks, we needed it in general. I got some broccoli to replace the broccoli that we'd already used up in the freezer, so that was handy. I picked up some eggs because I needed to replace the ones that we've used. The price was a little bit crazy, but we all know there's an egg shortage right now. I got some chips for hubby. I got this raisin loaf. We really enjoy it. And it's cheaper than the name brands. That's really good. And some burger patties, because even though we do the bread run, it's not guaranteed that we will get burger buns or rolls to have burgers, which we like to have every week now because it's really quick and easy. So I picked those up, and a packet of turtle chips because I wanted to have a little treat, and they were on special, and they are one of my favorite Korean snacks, so they're really good. And I thought let's include them because I don't really eat most of the chips and all the other bits and pieces that everybody else eats. I eat the occasional cookie, but not really, much else of that. So the total that we have here was $50.81. So we've gone over the budget of $150, but yeah, like I said, I'd lost the plot by the end of it. Is some bread that I got on the bread run. I'm just taking that across to the neighbour. And then we ended up having burgers for dinner. And most people chose to have the ALDI burger buns because they liked those, even though we were lucky this week and we got some buns from Baker's Delight. So we kept those for lunches. And then I just did homemade chips. My daughter's got a plant-based burger there. And I had won the meat raffle at bingo, so I cooked up the rissoles that were there. I flattened them out. There was some bacon in there as well, so I put that together for burgers for us.
So there it was. This is what happens when you don't actually have a written plan and you have 2 or 3 concepts going in your head, which is like a use it up and a buy it as it is and go through everything. And then I realized that no one who's not a subscriber or at least following me is going to have any idea kind of where we are and what's going on. So I went, you know what, the video is just going to sit as is, and maybe it might give someone some meal motivation or ideas or something, I don't know. And also it gives me a landing step to leap to the next thing and go, we'll try again. And because it's not a failure, it's just tripped and fell, and we can fix it next time. So yes. And I think also from memory, something else happened that week that I wasn't home for one meal, so it was a nightmare. I was trying to also do a TikTok live for a cooking thing one of those nights because there was a challenge thing happening, and just so many things just kept happening. I'm grateful to have gotten through the week, I really am. It was also filmed a little while ago. It's taken me that long to get to editing. I've just had so many things come up lately, and I'm trying to systematically go through and upload things in their correct order. So thank you for watching. I also forgot, as I mentioned in the video, my daughter's vegetarian, so that adds its own challenges because there's not as many options at ALDI. So I was trying to be just and fair, and the next time I do it, I think it will be a holistic concept type thing, but we shall see. I'm going to put my brain into gear and I'll have a good think about it and see how I can best do it. I did a couple of years ago do a back to basics where I said how much would it actually cost us as a family if we had to cost out every mortal thing that comes into the house. And now that my daughter's a vegetarian, that has changed as well. Maybe that's something I could revisit, having a look at some of the prices and things like that. Could be a concept, especially with the 4-week spends. I could use those to kind of shop up and get some things. So yeah, don't know, could be a plan. Let me know down below if that's something that would be of interest to you, because I know that with the current cost of pricing, we're just all running around like headless chickens at the moment. Thank you so much for joining with me today. I'm going to jump out of this very hot car, but I wanted to really film this and get it out to you. So I so appreciate you watching me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.